About to head out on a trail for Thanksgiving with the whole family. I think it's part of the Arizona Peace Trail. So I'm looking forward to riding on it. Got the motorcycle all packed up again. And it's looking good. Me and Pete took them for rides yesterday. They're all running perfectly. Got the tents, food, and everything we need. So we're gonna head out there. First we gotta stop off and fill up with gas. But then we'll be on our way. Here we go. I'm testing out a new mic system. So I have no idea how it's going to turn out. Hopefully all the audio is good. And hopefully I can give you guys an enjoyable video. It's been about a year and a half, I think, since I've filmed on the motorcycle, so it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. But man, it feels good to ride. It feels good to be out again. There's nothing quite like motorcycle travel. And heading out as a family just makes it that much better. And on a holiday, it's American Thanksgiving. We've already had Canadian Thanksgiving, but we celebrate both since we're half American. And we get 2 turkeys, so that's another reason. Alright, so we're here at the gas station. Gonna fuel up the bikes for the first time in a long time. Feels good. I'm still getting used to tying down my bag setup again. It's been so long, but alright, filled with gas and ready to go. Filled up with gas, groceries, and we got some firewood as well for cooking. And charcoal. And ready to go head on to the Arizona Peace Trail. What an amazing sight seeing that new truck in front of me. And Peter on his KTM. Looks like we're heading on the trail now because we've just hit gravel. And if the trail is anything like the one me and Peter did yesterday behind the campground we were staying at, then it's going to be full of fun little winds and rocky sections, and truly is the perfect spot to get used to riding the bikes again. Gives us a nice challenge without being too crazy for our first ride in a couple months, in a year or so actually. It's quite dusty behind the truck. Luckily I chose to wear my visor instead of my goggles today, just so then my nose is more protected from this, but we don't really have a choice right now but to ride behind, which is totally fine. I don't mind it, because we don't have any proper navigation device. I have a phone mount right here, which I usually put my phone in, but it's one of the elastics broke and I just don't want to risk it. We are looking forward to, at some point, getting like some sort of Garmin system or something for navigation up in the front, and then we won't have to worry about that at all. It also will make the speedometer and mile counter and everything quite a bit larger, because how it is now, which is the stock one, is pretty hard to see, especially when you're riding off-road, but all that is fine. There's the sign for the Arizona Peace Trail. And here we are turning onto it. So I think Pete's got Garmin set up on his phone now, so we should be able to just drive straight into camp. Which will be good, just so we can, find it, see if it's worth camping out with a truck. But then also so then we can get our tent set up because they take quite a bit longer than this new truck, which is just a button and then the whole roof rises and you're good to go. It's been a while since I've slept in a ground tent. I did some camping at the island before we left here, as you guys know, but that was mostly without a tent, so it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. We have 2 tents made by Lone Rider Gear. I'll talk about them a bit later and show them. We have a one person, it's 2 person, but we use a 1 person, and then we also have a much larger one which I'm carrying on the back, which can sleep quite a few people, but usually the way we configure is we got the 2 people sleeping in like the more waterproof room, and then there's a big awning that goes off the side, which is where I can park my bike as kind of a garage, which is nice if it's raining to keep the seat dry, but then also if you have to work on the bike, then you're not doing that in the weather. But we're gonna head out and get to camp. This is more of the trail I was talking about. It's just fun to get back on some gravel. There's some loose, sandier sections, but with our new tires, it's not much of an issue at all. And then there's rocky sections like this as well, which are a lot of fun. But yeah, here's some of that sand. Wow. Woohoo! Wow. Came into that a bit hot. Didn't see it until kind of the last second, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It takes a little while to get used to sand again. Just getting used to how to position your bike, your body, and how to counterbalance your bike. I think most of my bags are kind of uneven at the moment since I didn't have too much time to pack, but that might be part of it. But it just takes a while to get used to. And obviously there's only so much you can do. It's always going to be loose in sand. Yeah, lots of fun stuff like that all over this trail, as far as I remember. Looks like Pete's going to check the map real quick. Me and Peter also did go with different tire options. The original tires I came on here were the TKC 80s, I believe. They're about a 50-50 split, on-road, off-road. But then, I don't know, I think they're about like an 80-20 actually. They're definitely more road tires. Oof. They're definitely more road tires. But then, I actually can't remember the names of our tires now, but Peter's riding on very aggressive tires. Aggressive off-road tires, very knobby. They're like 90% off-road, 10% on-road, where my tires are more like a 70% off-road, 30% on-road. So mine are a little less aggressive, but the trade-off is mine are a little bit smoother on pavement roads. On smooth roads, it doesn't have quite the jitter that Peter's bike does, but with either of them, they're not bad at all on-road. They're very comfortable. At least for a 690. I mean, like, with a smaller, lighter bike like this, or any other smaller bike, it's obviously going to be more uncomfortable, more loud, and more bumpy than with some of the bigger models. But when you're off-road, which is what we ride on at least 70% of the time, it's going to be a lot more enjoyable. It's definitely going to be less of a hassle if you drop your bike and you have to pick it up again. A bike like this, weighing around 400 pounds, is not too much of an issue compared to, say, like a BMW 1200 or something. Beautiful cactuses up in this area, absolutely stunning. Fun little hill climb there. Loose gravel, which isn't really an issue. Usually what gets you laying on your butt is when it's loose gravel or loose sand with bigger rocks sitting on top, because that can really like if you don't see them and then you hit them and it kind of knocks your tire sideways. That's one way you can get knocked over quite easily. But with bikes like these, it's not too much of an issue. Not really worried about it. Alright, I'm gonna park right here and wait for my parents. That truck is obviously very off-road capable, but compared to the agility of a motorcycle like this, it's obviously not going to be able to traverse stuff like that nearly as fast. The motorcycle has a lot of advantages with being two wheels, that no matter how rough a trail is, as long as there's like a couple inch wide section that's not too bad, you can make it through without bumping around too much. But I'm gonna wait here and then we'll head back on the trail as soon as we meet up with our parents. Some really big cactuses in this area, and definitely wouldn't want to crash into one of these, but it's beautiful. Just down where we were riding last time, there wasn't many of these actual big cactuses. There's a lot of you know, thistly things in the desert besides that, but as soon as we started coming more this way, all of these have been jutting out, and some of them are massive. This one beside me is even like small compared to some of the ones we've been driving past, and it's easily as thick as me, or almost, and at least like 14 feet tall, which is pretty amazing. Just love the desert. It's got its own beauty, something we're not used to, or it takes a while to get used to, being from Canada, having all our trees and water, but I definitely love it. It's a beautiful place. All right, guys. The truck just met up with us. They're up there on the hill crawling over, and we're gonna make our way to camp. It shouldn't be too much farther. Although I love riding right now. I'm looking forward to sleeping in this thing again and enjoying Thanksgiving together. It's about 2 p.m. and that turkey's going to take at least a couple hours, so that's why we're ending the trip so early, or not ending the trip, but getting into camp so early. And then we'll do more riding tomorrow and maybe even tonight. Huh. 3,330 miles. Got to keep an eye on that so I can get that as 33333. Alright, so we're going to turn around. This trail is just a little bit rough for the truck, so we're going to see if we can find another one. It's not really the road, it's just how close some of the cactuses are to the side of the road and how wide the truck is. We just don't want to scratch it up or harm any of the vegetation on the trail either. So we're going to see if we can find a wider path for the truck.
side opens this way, we cook this way, but our cameras shoot this way. That's the best. Don't try to block it with the truck, get backlit and the opposite way. Lando. Lynn, come.
Alright, so we're going to be camping in here tonight. Going to set up our tent somewhere here on the gravel. Probably pull in front of the... I'll probably park right back in there. It looks pretty nice. For me. Yeah, right in here. Nice. Nice drive out into the desert. Found a camp nice and early. Have a nice family Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, and get camp set up. Sweet.
Who put this thing together? Me. You still got Sam and Borrego in it. Got camp fully set up and just went for a little walk out here in the desert. Man, it's beautiful in this area. As you can see, there's tons of these cacti behind me. Just taking Lando for a little walk while my family gets Thanksgiving dinner cooking. I think we're doing a open turkey in the crock pot, or the Dutch oven buried, which is something we did a couple Thanksgivings ago in BC, and it worked out quite well. So hopefully it works again. It'll probably be dark by the time it's done, just because it took a little bit longer to get into camp than we expected. But that's all right. Just having a beautiful time out here, and seeing my old tent, the Lone Rider, set up was really, really nice. I'm excited to sleep in there again with my sleeping bag, the motorcycle right beside me. It's quite an amazing feeling, but whew, wow, got helmet hair right now. Man, I'm just so happy to be out here again. Got the sun going down behind the mountains with the cacti all silhouetted. Such a beautiful sight. Wow, that's one cowlick there. Well, I'm gonna head back and then help them cook a little bit, and we'll have a nice Thanksgiving dinner together as a family again. Ah, what a feeling of freedom to be out on the road again on the motorcycle. Just enjoying every single second of it. Are we only half alive? Embers drifting in the night, looking, wandering all the time. We see a kingdom. This is not my home. This skin and bone. The daylight will reconcile the dead and the gone. Let the kingdom come. Yeah, we're taking the old stuff. We don't need it. Hey, don't mess it up. Here, thanks. Okay. All right. All right, so we had a nice Thanksgiving dinner together. I'm gonna go to bed now. Lando's in here with me. Right, buddy? Say hi. And he's all tired from running on the trail all day. But looking forward to sleeping in here again. Lots of good memories in this tent. And yeah, pretty tired. So just gonna go to bed and then talk to you guys in the morning. Still got some trails out of here. And I'll do some more talking about the bikes as well for those of you who haven't watched all of our previous videos on the Adventure Guys with all the bikes. Just so that you can know a bit more about them and about all this gear. My little camping pillow. Alright guys, so yeah, I know it's okay. That's it for tonight, and I'll see you guys in the morning. horses. Run, run, run. Thanks for watching this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and will stay tuned for upcoming videos every week. A special thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my Patreon channel and help support the journey. And as always, I'll see you guys next week.